Good morning. I just came back from a little time away and I wanted to show you the results of my mid-July planting. Some of the things are really performing and I'm very excited to see how well they'll do. First of all, I planted zinnias, I call them my zins, from seed. And look at how lovely they are. They're really coming up. I think they're going to flower very soon. You can see I've also replanted some of my mother's irises here. So they're very happy. And look at this. These are the sunflowers that I planted so late. They're so gorgeous and tall, not quite ready to bloom. We have one little guy here. Can you see he has a little crooked stem? I'm going to try to see if I can get him to stick around. He was very unhappy yesterday, but I helped him by staking him up, and I think he might make it. So those two things are exciting. And then behind the sunflowers, we have a little squash garden back here. They're popping up really nice. I planted those super late as well. I think they'll be good. And then we have a volunteer. Not sure what that is, but excited to see. And then over here in the front border, this is a sunflower. It's half the size of the other two, but the miraculous thing is this sunflower was a transplant. Remember that I had to thin the sunflowers as they grew, and so I thinned them from maybe 20 to 8 or 10, and I hated to throw away all of the other little guys that I had plucked up, so I just planted them around and tried to see if they would grow, and he's one of the ones that made it. So I'm very excited for that. So now I know that you can transplant when you thin, so that's a good lesson. And then I planted some cosmos around because I know they can be late summer bloomers, and he's very happy as well. Let's go to the backyard and look at the veg garden. My snap peas, which I was certain weren't going to make it, have really done their best. I'm going to be able to harvest quite a few little snap peas, and even though it hasn't been a super happy time for them, because as you can see they're brown and it was been so hot, I did get a little bit of a crop, and I'm very happy about that. This is the late tomato that I planted. He's already fruiting and doing exactly what I wanted, which is that at the time when my other tomatoes are almost done blooming, he's just starting, and I think I'm going to get a good crop from him. I really have been complimenting my banana pepper because he has been very prolific. You can see he's got 3 more little banana peppers on there now, and we've enjoyed them. And he's getting new leaves. Very happy with him. We have the yellow bell that I planted quite late. He seems to be doing okay. That's kind of a funny looking bell there, but he's got 3 bells on him and he looks quite happy and green, despite this really, this week it's going to be up to 105 here, so I'm very worried. My tomatoes, those are all spring plants. This little guy I'm worried about. This is my purple bell because he keeps getting burnt in the sun. This is the second bell that's been burnt, so I'm not happy about that. And over here we have watermelon. This beautiful vine here is a watermelon vine, and you can see the sweet little flowers. I think those are hoping to be watermelons, so I'm looking forward to that. And then back here we have the late planted pumpkin. It's called a spooky pumpkin, and you can see the flowers here. I don't see any pumpkins on him though, so I'm waiting for the bees and the butterflies to do their jobs and pollinate. And then if we take a look back, you can see the sunflowers that I planted in the backyard are doing quite well. Now, the one that's the tallest that you can see, that reaches above the wall, is one that I planted from seed. The one, if you can see, just next to him is very tiny, right there. that is a transplant. So he's one of the ones that I plucked out when I was thinning and planted him there. Let's see how he does. He didn't get the head start that the others did, but I think he might make it. So that's the tour of my late July planting, and so far, success. And one quick postscript. I just found these and wanted to show you. These are called Amaranth. I literally planted them a week ago. They're coming up. They are a late summer flower, and I planted them next to this trellis because they will need some support, but they can be dried and used for fall decorations. I'm really excited that they're coming up. They're actually called a summer weed. They're called pigweed. So not a very glorious name, but I think it's glorious that they're growing in my garden.